Hello, I am Emily Hunt.
And good morning. I'm your host, Traci Williams, here with the Self-Care Saturday Show, and I'm in the home of my dear friend, Emily Hunt, Nelson Hunt. Hunt Nelson. Was it Hunt and Nelson, or are you hunting? Is it Nelson Hunt?
Nelson Hunt.
So who pursued who? Was it your husband, or was it you pursuing him?
Nelson is my maiden name.
Okay,
Yes.
got you. Okay.
Yep.
So formally, he really pursued you.
He did, yes.
I got you. Okay.
It depends on the story.
Oh. Two sides to every story,
Yes.
right? Okay, sounds good. So Emily is going to talk to us a little bit today. And, I want you to know just a little bit about her. She is a health and wellness educator with Juice Plus, and so I'm really excited about this because I know that she has a very powerful testimony. Both her and her husband have a powerful testimony, and so I wanted to share with you. So if you're just signing on, make sure that you put in the box where you're from. Like if you're from Texas, my friend Joyce, hint, hint. But yeah, just put in the box where you guys are from, so we know you're here. Show us some love, so we'll know that you're actually there. This is my first time doing this, and I'm not actually looking at the camera. I can't believe I'm trusting myself like this. But anyway, Emily, just tell me this. Are you from Kansas City?
I am not. I'm from Fulton, Missouri.
Great. This is going to be our Fast and Furious round. She gets 5 questions right.
Oh, goodness.
10 seconds and 5 questions. No, we'll just see how it goes. Okay. So you already know she's married. And if you're signing off for the replay, then make sure you put in your team replay so that we know that you watched this on the replay and not the first time around. Okay?
Awesome.
All right. So here we go, and I'll be counting on my fingers this
Okay.
time. Okay. Who's your best friend?
Justin Hunt.
Wow. Okay. This is the second person that told me their husband just like that. Okay, so that's only 2 seconds. You still got 8 seconds left.
Okay.
Who is the best baseball team in Kansas City?
The Kansas City Royals.
Good answer. Look, the only answer. The only answer here. So, Emily, where are you from originally?
I'm from Fulton, Missouri.
Okay. And what brings you to Kansas City?
I went to school at Baker University.
So,
in
was it
Fulton
Justin
City.
that brought you here?
It was not. I went for a cross-country scholarship.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yep.
Great. And so, what did you major in?
Elementary education.
Education.
Yep.
Wow. So, how did you get into this whole Juice Plus thing?
It was a journey. So I was a director of education at a private sector, and I always want to look over at you.
Okay.
And I was there for about 11 years, and then we were expecting our first child, and with that, Justin and I kind of decided it would be best for me to stay at home. So I stayed at home. After a year of not working and bringing in any income, I had decided, you know what, I had been taking this product, which was whole food concentrate, and I was like, we have a good story, and I need to be sharing this with others, because it was just so, it was that one simple change that we made that made a change that has become the ripple effect.
Now, I love that. Y'all know, my thing is like the one thing. So what's that one thing that you're going to do this year to make yourself better, healthier, and grow and live a longer life, but a longer, healthier life? Okay. So again, if you're signing in, I'm Traci Williams here with Emily Hunt, and we're talking about health and wellness today. This show is really designed for you to be able to better yourself spiritually, physically, emotionally, and financially. It's all under the umbrella of Primerica, and that's who I'm with. And so we are really hoping I'm hoping that this is going to be like an online academy to bring hope and healing in a community where there's a world filled with trauma, but there are answers besides just going to the doctor and taking medication. Right? And their answers besides, sometimes you go to the doctor and they're saying there's nothing else that we can do at this time. Mm-hmm. But don't give up. Don't live hope. Don't give in. Know this. There are alternatives out there. And so I plan to bring like a lot of different guests with, alternative medications and different things like that that will bring some hope to us, that will say, hey, even though the doctors, like it ended right here with him, but now I can start with something else or somebody else or try something. So never give up. had a client the other day that told me he had collapsed lung. It's just it just happened. You know, nothing was wrong with him. I'm like, what? He said, yeah. So if it happens again, like, I'm just out. I don't know what to do.
And they can be the healthiest, active people too.
Right.
That
Yeah.
have that happen.
Exactly. Yeah. My son reminded me of that yesterday. He told me. He said, you know, that's what Dylan had. This young man in high school, he played basketball really well. I mean, one of those players that you really enjoy watching him. Like,
Yeah.
you just be so excited in the game, you know. Your heart is beating so fast. You're like, hold on, I can't watch. You know, I get like that. I get excited in the game. So, but the next thing you know, bam, he was out, and it was because his lung collapsed just like that.
Oh.
So know that there is hope.
Yep.
Keep signing in. Make sure you share this and tag somebody, because when you're getting good information, you don't want to just keep it to yourself.
Not at all.
Let's not be selfish.
Yep.
Okay, let's give it away, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's really why. That was a good segue there.
Oh, good.
That is really why I, after that year of being staying at home, I decided I really needed to share this, because not only was it helping my husband and I, but we were seeing it in our daughter as well. And I was like, this is too good not to keep.
But is
to
there
ourselves.
a reason why you decided to start eating healthier?
It honestly was a friend of mine that shared the product with me, and I knew at that time I wasn't eating enough fruits and vegetables. And we know we're supposed to eat all those fruits and vegetables,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it was really hard, and I
Yeah.
always considered myself healthy. Now, 6 years later, I realized that, you know, I may have been physically fit, but I wasn't nutritionally fit.
I like that.
And there's a big difference in that piece.
Sure.
Especially when I look at, I was a cross country runner. I ran a lot, and I thought I was really good and
Yeah.
healthy there.
Yeah. So
But
you needed a lot of energy and stamina.
I wish I would have.
Cross-country.
I wish I would have known about this then,
Yeah.
because I think it would have made that difference.
Now, you're right. We know what we're supposed to do, but a lot of times we don't. And this is
Yeah.
really helpful, especially if you have young kids, because when they see those vegetables and they look green,
They don't want us.
right. And I can't just blame it on the kids. I have the same problem myself. You know, they're
Yeah.
like, you like asparagus? Like, but I never tasted it. But
Yeah.
it just didn't look good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to try that. You know,
Yeah.
spinach. Like, no, I don't want nothing to have to do with Popeye. You know,
Yeah.
like that was a cartoon. I was a kid. It's over, right? So.
And one of the things that I would say with that is, excuse me, we're really to be getting it. When you look at the Make My Plate, we always remember that growing up, and we were supposed to have 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables.
Sure.
And now, guess how much it is?
How much?
It is 9 to 13 servings.
Wow.
And a serving is a fistful.
Right.
And that's where, when I heard that, I realized, you know what, I may be eating, but one, I'm eating the same stuff all the time. I'm eating the carrots and the broccoli and the bananas and the apples and the oranges, but I'm not getting that wide variety.
Right.
And it really comes back to having a little of a wide variety
Exactly.
versus a lot of a small variety.
Yeah, I love that, because you know, I was reading something the other day, and it was just like all those things work together in our body, and it's like
Energy.
It just really goes together, and it makes a difference at even a cellular level. You know, when you have a variety of those dark, especially the darker colors.
Yeah.
So if you're eating onions and they're white and yellow, come on, try some purple. Try some purple. You know, and the cabbage. I cooked some purple cabbage the other day.
Yeah.
So you know, your cabbage, sometimes you cut up like potatoes or something like that with them, right? He's like, how come everything is purple? And I'm like, it's the cabbage. It's not me, honey.
We're trying something
like,
new.
oh my goodness. But it still tasted good.
Yes.
So, yeah, try
Yeah.
it. You might like it.
Well, and taste buds do change. That's another big thing is our taste buds change, especially for kids.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would definitely recommend there is if they don't like it now, try it a month later, a couple months later, because
Right.
they may develop more of that flavor at
Yeah.
that point. So that repeated exposure, and I say for kids, but guess what? It happens for us too.
Yeah.
I thought Brussels sprouts were disgusting, and now I love them.
Oh, okay. I haven't grown up that much yet. Like Brussels, they still look funny to me. So, but they say they taste like little cabbages. So,
yeah, they're
and I love cabbage. So, yeah.
Yes.
So maybe I'll be brave and try that. I don't know. They gotta grow on me some more.
Well, and as I tell our daughter, she did not like them, but once I had her make them with us,
Mm-hmm.
then she learned.
Ah, that's
So
good.
it's sometimes just incorporating yourself, the child, into doing it, and
Right.
they're gonna be more likely.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So, like, really getting back to your story, what difference has this made for you health-wise for you, and what difference has it made for your husband?
Okay. For me, one of the big things was I was on different medication at different points for different infections, as well as those seasonal colds. I got every single one known to mankind because, again, I was in education. I was around a lot of kids and adults. So I was getting those constantly.
Are you saying you were allergic to kids?
No.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Sometimes maybe. And then the other thing was I was just tired. I was constantly tired, but then again, I wasn't able to sleep at night. Was another big thing, and would
Yeah.
have that restless leg syndrome.
Right.
I also suffered from a lot of headaches and migraines. I did get the migraines in control prior to getting started on adding that whole food concentrate, but with these changes of adding that 17 fruits and vegetables into my body, and then later adding more berries, and then more plant powder shakes, which I have this morning.
Okay.
What I've noticed is all those things, I can lay down and I can sleep better. Maybe it's because I have 2 younger kids, who knows?
Yeah.
But I can sleep better. My headaches are very much under control. I haven't been on a prescription medicine for over 6 years now.
Wow, that's awesome.
It is fantastic.
That's powerful.
And then
So the biggest change you see, because it
The
sounds like
immune
a
system.
wide variety of you doing a lot of things, not just one thing, but how it all works together. You know, getting sleep at night,
Yes.
right? You got to get your sleep, right? So
Yep.
that's a big thing I'm working on. When I'm able to sleep 5 or 4 hours, like I'm super
Woohoo!
happy. I'm like, yes, thank you, Jesus. You know. But I just had a little puppy in December, right before Christmas. So of course, when you get it's like having a baby when you
Yes.
got to keep him in your room. Oh,
Yes.
but man, I learned like 3 nights ago, I'm putting him out. I'm like, here, you got your own room, and so that he sleeps all night now, and I sleep all night.
that's a blessing
Yes,
right there.
it's much better. Yeah.
Yes.
So being able to get that sleep, making sure we eat some fruits and some vegetables of all different colors and sorts.
Yeah.
All of that is playing together.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's great.
And that water component.
Yeah, the
Is
water is
another-
really important.
Yeah, big
And
one.
you guys probably remember that we talked about that a couple weeks ago with Kathy Weaver, Kangen water. And that's really important, especially if you have different plant-based things that you or powders that you're mixing with. It's good to mix them with something that is also antioxidant.
Yes.
So if Kangen water is something that you would like to try for 2 weeks, we do a free sample of that for a couple of weeks. Please let me know. Put something in the box. I wish I could check it, but again, I'm going by faith, and I'm just trusting that I can go back later. But certainly, if you guys have questions, please ask questions in the box, and I'm going to go back and check in just a second here.
Yes.
Okay, as Chief gets ready to tell us more of her testimony, because
Yes.
this is like so powerful, especially the
Yes.
things that is done for her husband. So yeah.
Well, and it really honestly was my husband that made us share more. Just because with him, he suffered from horrible allergies to the point that when we went back to my family's farm, he would have to have a roll of paper towels with him because of the runny nose and the watery eyes and the sneezing and the bloodshot eyes, all those things that unfortunately allergy people suffer. And so he got started, and because it's just food does take time. It takes time to get to the point of us having those health issues, and it takes time to get back to where everything is working easier for us.
Yeah.
And
so wait a minute, what I'm hearing is like the allergies, we tend to think that allergies are all about everything that's in the air, the pollen, the whatever else is out here, but it's really like a gut connection.
It is the microbiome.
The things that we're, thank you. Oh, yes.
Microbiome.
Yes, the microbiome. Okay, so I've been wanting to talk to somebody about the whole microbiome and the gut connection with our brain and how it works in our body and things like that. So this is really awesome. Like, we have to dispel this myth that it's all about what's in the air. And, you got to make a decision, and sometimes it's a hard decision. Do I want to make a conscious choice to choose to eat something that's healthy, to choose to drink more water? Because I always say when you choose to drink water, when you first get up in the morning, you need 16 ounces of some water, and preferably not cold water, because when it's warmer, it can move through your blood system and get you going. It gets that brain moving, and you can think clearer. You can make decisive decisions. All of that great stuff. You can have energy for the day. You can get up and say, I'm going to exercise this morning, which gives you more energy for the rest of the day. Even though it seems like, your heart's beating faster, so you're going to be tired, or you're sweating, you need to take that extra shower. Okay, well, get ready. It's getting ready to get warm. Even though it's snowing outside today, it is still springtime, because it's not about what it looks like. It's about what does God say it is. So he said it's springtime, okay? Okay, so finish telling me about your husband and like what other health issues did he have?
Well, so the allergies were really the big piece, and like I said, it takes time. So with him, it really was almost a full season, a full year, to where we were like, oh my goodness, he's not taking the 2 Claritin or Zyrtec every day, and let me tell you, you're only supposed to have 1.
Right.
And he was doubling up just to relieve some of those symptoms that he had. But he has been without any of that stuff for at least 4 years.
Wow.
Which is
Praise
phenomenal.
God. Yeah,
yes.
that is awesome.
The other big thing
Look,
is...
and I can so relate to that, because my husband, the same thing. He was taking that every single night and coughing real bad and all of that. But our big change in him was all about the water, and then after we did the big change with the water, which was only 3 weeks ago, you guys, it made a big change. Like, he's not hardly coughing at all at nighttime. And so it wasn't just a night thing, but it was also a day thing. But you can time it, like you can time it what middle part of the day he was doing, and when he first wakes up in the morning.
Yeah.
All of that, because, food wasn't going like it's supposed to go down and things like that. So we made our big change was water. So again, I'm going to pose to you this question. I want you to put something in the box. Are you going to decide to make a change today in what you do so you can live a healthier life, a longer life of prosperity? Because that is God's highest desire for us, is to be prosperous, right? And so that a lot of that has to do with our health, because, people say the new prosperity is the new wealth. I'm like, it always works together, health, wealth, all of that. It all includes, it encompasses everything, right?
Yeah.
So did your husband have any other more severe things that happened to him?
So that was what was our aha moment, was in that.
And I'll check on the question.
He also, he was addicted to Red Bull, and that was his way of getting energy. And so with that, he started to find that he just had that natural energy through the fruits and vegetables and berries. The other big thing that we realized is through our blood testing for our health insurance, not only mine, but his made a huge jump in that his levels started to become at that where they needed to be. They were within the normal range. He had always had high blood pressure. And so that is something he even noticed, some of the just physical cues within his body. He was like, I'm not getting all hot and sweaty as much, and feeling some of that rapid heart rate. So that was another big area, was that went into normal range, as well as his cholesterol went to a normal range. Just all those, the blood components. We did, both of us took place in for a year, and we still do kind of the maintenance mode of it now, but what we call a Shred 10, which is just 10 days a month of healthy eating. And so during that 10 days, we really take out all the processed foods and the gluten, the dairy, refined sugars, and get back to the plant-based food, the whole foods, the real life foods.
Right.
So that was something that we did, and through that helped in a lot of these changes. Mm-hmm. But it was also weight. We were able to, over that course of the year, lose weight, that it wasn't that rapid, quick one that we're seeing rebound like what we had seen prior and other things that we had done.
Like dieting.
Yes.
I should say
yes.
dieting. All the diet programs out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a rapid one. I was able to lose about 15 pounds within that year.
Awesome.
But it's been fantastic because I've been able to keep it off.
Yes, which is important.
Yes. Yeah.
Because sometimes it's easy to make a change, you know, even in our daily habits, but it's harder to actually be steady and keep that same change going on, because our brain naturally wants to go back to, well, you used to do this, right? And I, you know what? When I was in the car yesterday, since I've been drinking water so much that I'm not used to, or I'm not wanting sweets anymore.
The
like
cravings change.
And it used to be every time I got through eating dinner, I had to have a candy bar or a cookie, candy, something, you know. And so now it's just like no. And so yesterday I was on my way home, and I kept saying, well, dang, I'm full, and it's only 5 o'clock. I'm like, well, but what about the rest of the evening, you know? And so I'm like, I just need to go get a candy bar. And I'm like, no. I really don't. You know, I'm like, if I had my water in the car, my water would have been like, yes, but I didn't have my water, so, you know, bad for me. But next time I will definitely have my water. But I want to bring up a comment that Kathy put in the box, and she said she is letting go of lectins. So, do you have any idea what lectins are? And congratulations, Kathy. That's great. I don't know anything about lectins, so I have to learn about that.
I will be honest. I'm not sure what lectins.
Okay.
Lectins?
Lectins? Yes.
I'm not sure either. That's something we need to research.
Yes, we do.
We'll get back to you on that one.
But I love the fact that, you know, she is making a change. So, and since I'm trying to build a place of community, if you guys can give her a little love on her little comment there, that would be great. You know, just, you know, because everybody likes a little pat on the back, right? Yeah. Oh, you did such a good job. You know, Emily's baby is right here. She's so great. You know, and I got to tell her, oh, she's doing such a good job, because she's really, really quiet, doing her own little thing over here for us. Really great helper, you know. And Emily's got another baby upstairs. I mean, baby. So cute. But he's like getting fed, so he's really cool and calm and collected, right? Yeah. He's happy because he's eating what he needs to eat.
But he's 2.5 months.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Man, it just seems like not too long ago we just had your baby shower.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, time flies by.
It does.
But I love the fact that you talked about the weight, and so how all of this still goes back to what we eat. You know, the allergies and you know, our cravings and all that kind of stuff. And you know, keeping the weight off.
It's what we feed ourselves.
Yeah.
And like when you say, it's not only just the food we eat, it's the water we drink.
Right.
It's the things that we do.
Yeah.
It's the spiritual piece of what do we feed our brain.
Yeah.
And it's all of those pieces that together, they go together. That's how we were created.
Right. Yeah.
And that's one of the things I always tell people is, God created fruits and vegetables.
Right, yeah.
And that is what our body knows how to eat it, how to process it, and where it needs to go in our body.
Yeah.
And we started this journey with our daughter. She had it through my pregnancy and through nursing, but she started on the chewables when she was 1.
So how old is your daughter?
She is now, she just turned 5.
She told me that as soon as I walked in the door.
Yeah, I'm 5.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, girl.
She just turned 5 in February. So she is one of my Juice Plus babies, and then our son is as well. He's had a lot more of it. And
now, when you say chewables, tell us what the chewables are. Like, are they just another vitamin out there?
So with Juice Plus, it starts out as powder. So it starts out as powder. These are the capsules, and then the chewables are just your soft chews.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started with those. This right here, when I have all 3 of these together, and this is what our daughter gets, but in the chewables, we're getting 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries in our body every day. And the same for our daughter. She's getting that good powder nutrition through that chewable form.
So it's like a gummy, right?
It is.
I know. That's the one I
And
take. Because I don't like those pills, y'all.
They taste fantastic. We also do have an omega one as well. With the omegas, I don't have one in here.
So what do the omegas do?
The omegas just came out a year and a half ago. I think we should find out at conference in a couple weeks. They're doing research on those. Omegas are great for joints, is what we're hearing. Some of the informal research.
Now, here it's good for your brain.
I was going to say the brain is the other huge component for it. Eyes. And so with the omegas, with all of this, it's all plant-based. What I love about the omegas, it skipped the fish.
Yeah.
And it went straight to the plant source. So you don't have to worry about any of the mercury or the toxins or any of that
Especially
stuff.
for people like me, because I'm allergic to shellfish. You know, I mean, I could eat regular fish, but when it has like the mullets and stuff like that in there, because I wanted to take things for my joint, but when you look on when I looked on the label, it has things in there that I'm allergic to, and so I can't mess with it, you know. So yeah. And the other thing I love about your company is like the labels are actually food labels. So like the same people who was the FDA who check out, you know, look at the food labels, and not just because I don't know if you guys know this, but anytime that it says organic, that's not always being, you know, monitored by somebody to test if it's organic or not. That would be like too much out there. But I looked at this thing because I'm real picky about what I eat, what I put in my body, any of that kind of stuff. And so I looked at the labels to see, is it really food labels? And I went to a couple of the different conferences and stuff like that just to see if this is really a doctor. I'm just telling y'all, you know.
She did her research.
I have to check stuff out, you know. And this was before we even talked about the show or anything, right? And so I wanted to know, like, did this doctor know what he was talking about? But when he started explaining how the food is harvested and it's put into the capsules or it's put into chewable forms, I was like, okay, well, I might give this a chance for real, you know, and because I love gardening outside, you know, especially in the summertime, you know, because I want to live till like I'm 90 or 100. You know, they have these blue zones in the world where people, it's nothing for them to live to 100 and live quality lives. I mean, they're out here like, I want to say skiing and stuff, but they're out here like doing all kind of activities. They don't have snow where they are, but I'm just, you know, it's warm in those areas, but it's because they live those full lives where they still carry things. You know, they walk up hills, you know, and I had the nerve to complain about walking up steps, but you know what now? I thank God that we have steps in our house because I can keep moving my muscles and my joints. Especially after talking to one of my very first mentors the other day, and she told me she had her knees, you know, surgery, knee replaced, and so she said, I'm on my bike now, you know, trying to keep it going, and I know how painful that is, like after injury, just to bend and to move, you know, and just to have those big arm movements. So if you guys weren't doing it, then make sure that you're doing some kind of exercises. Even if you are confined to a chair, you can move other parts of your body.
Exactly.
You know, like you can move your mouth, all of that. You know, move your arms and stuff like that. And so I'll have another lady on here who can tell us about that a little bit better than I can, Judy Lager. So yeah, this is what I love about it.
Well, and you mentioned something too, just the quality behind it. It's got that NSF certification. And that NSF certification just means that that's the highest quality that you can have. And they have their seal of approval saying that what is on the label is exactly what's in the product.
Okay.
And you don't have to worry about any other contaminants or anything in there, which is fantastic.
And I understand that this is harvested in the U.S.
It is.
Okay,
yes.
So she's the third person I've heard that from, and one of them was one of those doctors I wanted to see, like, was he real or was he one of the quacks? But but he was the real deal. So just mentioning the gardening, I want to just share this behind us.
Hear it.
Yes. If you're hearing like some more noise, like water, I'll move out the way so you can see the aeroponic gardening and just kind of, because I have promised to show you guys what it's like. So you want to show them and
Yes.
check out the comments.
So this is an aeroponic growing system. It started in Epcot Center by Tim Blank. So if you've gone to Epcot Center, you probably have seen the tower garden there. But what takes place is there's a 20-gallon reservoir in the base. And that water, we have some nutrients in it, and it's the nutrients that not only the plants need, but it's what we as humans need as well. So the water is going up, and then it's trickling down into each of these plants, the root system, because the root system is suspended in air, and that's what makes it aeroponic.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So the root system is in the air. So on here, we have different types of lettuces. I've got marigum. There's tons of cilantro. Tracy may be going home with some cilantro if she likes it. We've got some spinach. In the winter, we do a lot of the lettuces. I also have some celery hiding down here as well. My daughter and I just planted for our outdoor one that we'll be able to, we've got another garden that we'll be able to just move this right outside onto the porch. So we already have some seeds that are starting here. So this is what it looks like right here.
Awesome.
This is some bok choy in here, but the seeds are in there. There's some vermiculite, and it just goes into these little holes.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the tower garden really is, it's great. We have been gardening this way for the last 4 years. Rayleigh was just at a year, and she was eating the cherry tomatoes at the age of 1
Wow.
off of the tower garden because that's what she knew. She's the one who plants. She planted all of these. She's our planter in the house. So if a 5-year-old can do it, anyone can do it. But what we have found that she will eat what we eat, and she will honestly only eat lettuce off of the tower garden. We can't get her to eat lettuce anywhere else because she's so used to the flavor of this lettuce. But the tower gardens are really, they're popping up in lots of different places. If you've ever gone to Chicago O'Hara Airport, you might have seen the tower garden there that supplies all of the fresh produce for the restaurants.
Yes.
You talked about baseball. The San Francisco Giants in there back in the outer area. I can't think of what it's called, outfield. Their restaurants, they have a tower garden community farm right there too. The other awesome thing is we are finding that the tower gardens not only are in residential homes, but they're popping up in restaurants. They're in philanthropy organizations. They're in businesses. They're in schools. And that is truly one of my passions, is getting them into the schools. I've got a couple.
What's the
currently.
benefit for them having it in a school?
That's a great question. The benefit is it's hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids are able to, when they get that tower garden, they can put the tower garden together. They can read the directions and put it together. They're the ones who are planting the seeds. So what do we know? When kids are more involved and they're doing the hands-on, they are more likely to consume
Right.
the produce
Right.
and to try new things because they were part of it. The benefits for teachers is there are lesson plans that go with the tower garden too. So that is always an added benefit for the schools. Is not only is the tower garden year round that they can use, but it comes with the lesson plans. It does meet the standard of the STEAM program. And
Now tell us what STEAM stands for.
that is your science, technology, and then math,
Engineering.
and then math.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and then the A, if you do the STEAM, is for the arts.
Okay.
As well.
So you got all of this tied up together,
Yes.
and just a program at your school that you can help the kids and promote them eating healthy.
Yep.
Earlier in life.
Uh-huh.
And because I used to be part of a program that we helped them plant outside, with lesson plans. And what
Yep.
we found also was that this is a good stress reliever for kids.
It is.
And it's also a good stress reliever for the teachers as
Yep.
well. So I think a lot of teachers found out that they didn't have to send their kids to the naughty room or the recovery room or whatever they want to call it room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, and I'll turn it on very briefly. Do you want me to
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
the lights on?
So she's going to turn it on, but it's going to be a little bright. Well, very bright. Okay.
Very bright.
Looks good. Leave it on. You can
Leave it on? Okay. So the lights are so that obviously we can grow indoors. So this has been growing since probably about November, and we've been getting lettuce on it since then.
Now, Emily, how long does it take for it to actually start growing once you plant it and
Yep.
then,
That's a good question. So these that we have right here, we just planted these on a Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
On Wednesday. We will see within a week, we will see some sprouts
Okay.
take place. I was hoping
Wow.
we'd see some today, but
Yeah.
we don't yet as I'm dripping water.
Wow, now that's way faster than my garden outside, you know?
Yes. Well, and the other thing, there's no mess. Like we planted on the islands.
Uh-huh.
Rayleigh and I had it done within 20 minutes,
Okay.
and there's no soil in here.
Oh,
So-
no soil.
Yes.
So no pulling up weeds.
No.
Oh, man, you're missing out on all the fun. No seeing all the bugs.
No.
Oh, man.
Well, I will be honest. Sometimes you do get those little aphids.
Okay.
But there's a natural spray that you can spray on it to
Mhm,
help.
mhm.
Outdoors, I usually don't have any issues with that. I have sometimes indoors. This year, I haven't, which
Good,
has been
deal.
good.
Yeah.
So it's just an easy way to incorporate anyone to have that fresh produce that honestly,
Yeah.
it truly is tower to table.
Yeah.
My daughter really wants to come over.
Okay, go ahead. Go on. Yeah.
She can show you how will you pick off a piece of lettuce? We did not do our hair yet. But you just pick
Wow,
off
look how
the
easy that
lettuce,
was.
and then she just consumes it right then
Wow.
there.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So you want to turn off the light a little,
Yep.
and then we can see you guys. Yeah. So this is really cool. Yeah. I like that. Now then you have your kids eating at the age of 5 some healthy foods. Are there some other things on there that she likes?
Yes, we do tomatoes, and then we tried watermelon. It did not work out as well because our tower garden took a flip off the porch and
Oh, I
then it
bet.
smashed it.
Yeah.
So now we tied tie it down with the winds outdoors. Cucumbers,
Okay.
zucchini.
Wow.
Is another one.
That's awesome because those are really heavy too.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's good to get your kids eating zucchini.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
That's fine. Yeah. But it's convenient.
Yes.
It really is convenient just because we always have lettuce available. But then one of the things in our produce that I would highly encourage anyone is to buy local. We're heading into the farmers market season. To get your produce from those farmer markets, because not only are you supporting local, but you're getting way more nutritional value in your food. Because we get a lot of our produce during the winter, yes, at the stores, but that produce that we get is not as nutritious as what our body truly needs, and that's why we're needing 9 to 13 servings opposed to that 3 to 5.
Now, I can also see this as a benefit for somebody who is older and they can't get out in the garden anymore, and they used to love to garden, even more so than, because, doing the raised gardens. Remember the raised gardens?
I do, because my husband built, he built the raised garden for me, because that's what I was going to do. And then I found out about this. And so we gifted the raised garden that I don't know how much money we spent on that. And it's treated wood, and so you're getting those contaminants. And we ended up passing that on to someone else, and we've gone this way, and we haven't had any issues. Yes, I've been able to kill it a couple times, but it comes back to life.
Okay, sounds good.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You want to sit there? She's got her own little chair she wants to sit in with us.
This is a...
Yeah, so if you guys know some nursing homes or other places like that, or schools, how can they get in touch with you, Emily? I did put like a website on there. It doesn't go necessarily to you, but I know I promise you guys some quick, healthy, yummy recipes. Even things that kids love to eat, or they will learn to love to eat. That'd be pretty good.
Yes.
On there.
So on that website,
sit down.
on that website, it does have a lot of great different resources. There are the recipes that are on there. There are also trending health videos that are from those health professionals that Traci has seen here in Kansas City, but then a lot of other ones. So there are lots of different subjects that they speak on there.
Okay.
A website, I will post in here my actual website and my contact information.
Okay.
If someone does have a school that they want to think about getting a tower, just sharing it with them, or a nursing home, churches, food pantries, the options are endless.
Yes. And that's really helpful, I think, especially in nursing homes, assisted living places, things like that, where you have a lot of people that are already on medications, but when they start eating, foods that it's going to be, that they can help, grow themselves. One, that's healing in itself for them, just to be able to do that, because it brings back all these great memories. I know for my dad, he grew up in the country, and they're used to like real farming, back in like cotton picking days, kind of farming. So he knows, I know when to plant whatever and however. All I got to do is call my daddy up. He'll tell me. Even though when I was younger, I played like I was allergic to anything green, because I didn't want to cut grass. But as I got older, I wanted to start growing my own stuff. I went to the grocery store, and a pepper was like $1.50. I said, what? Because it was a different color. I said, oh, no, this is crazy. So I grew my own, and I learned that if you leave them on the vine long enough, they'll change from green to whatever color, yellow or red, whatever you want them to be, And if you leave them on there long enough, they'll grow bigger, things like that. So, So I love that aspect of it,
Yeah.
Yeah, so is there a phone number or anything, too, that you want to put on there?
Yeah, I can put all of my contact information in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other thing I love is that, like, when you get hooked up with a Juice Plus lady, they keep in contact with you for real. like where are you comfortable in making a change so that you can be healthier, and you can live a longer life,
It really is. It's a journey, and we want to be on that journey with you because healthy living, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And we want to continue to educate you on what are some of those simple things that you can do. What is that thing that you can focus on this month? Like this month, yours has been water.
Yeah.
And what difference that one change for that month makes, that's where we go back to that ripple effect.
Right.
Because you've changed it, and then every month you give a new focus, and that's where those things become lifestyle habits.
Right, and that's what we want is
Yes.
like the change of mindset where you can do something different.
Yes.
Which is one. I'm glad you said that. So great segue. I was gonna put a post out, so I could just do it now for my Phenomenal Women Excel page. That I'm really looking for somebody, people who really want to be on a journey to make a change and have somebody to be accountable to. So one of my biggest changes is brushing my teeth with the opposite hand. And then, so because I started that, I'm in like the Jim Quick, which is KWIK, because he does brain training. So I'm in his Facebook page, and so that was the challenge for this last week. So Monday it'll be a new challenge. So I'm like, it'd be nice to have some other people to be on that same journey with you. So you guys can check in with each other. You can congratulate. Yeah, you can congratulate each other. And then so we got Alexa. I call her Alexa sometimes. I'm like, Alexa, play this. And so I was just like, I'm just going to put a reminder. So I put a reminder out there. Alexa, remind me. And she's like, what time? So I said 8:30. So when I go and brush my teeth, right, I pick up with my right hand, which is my normal dominant hand. And then I can hear that in my head. Brush your teeth with the left hand. So I'm like, okay, change it out, So it's just really good to have a reminder. So if you don't have an Alexa, that will be there. And it's good to have somebody like with real flesh and blood that you can actually touch them and, hey girl, how's that going for you? And then they come up with some new things to help you out, So now I'm trying to write more with my left hand, which I tried to do that a long time ago. It didn't work out, so I kind of quit. But now I'm learning that the more we try the things that are harder for us, the easier life is. Yep. Because as you get older, you get tougher, you get stronger, you get wiser, right? Yep. And you start really using the wisdom of God and not depending on your own stuff, right?
Yep.
And so, this all of this works together to help us live healthier lives, I believe.
Yep.
Would you agree?
I would completely agree.
Now, do you have some tips that you want to leave with us today, too?
Yeah, and I've kind of mentioned a couple of them. Hold on 1 second. A couple of the tips would be to never give up.
Ooh,
and
I like that.
Sometimes we want to make all these changes right now. And I know personally when I try and make all those changes, they don't last. And so making that change and doing that one change for a whole month. And then that becomes a habit that you just keep on doing. Then that next month, you pick up a new thing and you start doing that for that month. And that's that ripple effect. They become lifestyle changes.
I love that because it's like if you fall off the horse, which was my case. I was gonna say the wagon, but I never fell off. But I have fallen off a horse several times. But each time I just got back up on that horse, and they're like, "Are you okay? You sure you want to?" I'm like, "Yes, I gotta conquer this thing. I gotta figure out." So what I didn't know was there was a dog behind the horse, and the horse didn't like that, and so he was like trying to get comfortable, and I didn't know that at the time, but I learned afterwards. And so, I said that to say sometimes we're trying to do something new and different, and that horse in our head wants to throw us off because it thinks it's going to protect us, and it has us thinking that same thing, which that's a lie. Like, we don't need that protection. Like, God is all the protection that you need, or whoever your higher power is. Mine is Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So definitely, like she said, I love that you said, don't give up.
Nope.
Hope.
Yes.
And hope stands for having only positive expectations. Expectations. What are you expecting to happen today? Okay. Next tip.
The other tip that I would say too is substitutions. That was a big thing for Justin and I in our journey during those 10 days every month, is we learned to substitute things that I really, really like chocolate. So instead of certain things, I would start making, we would have chocolate pudding out of our complete.
Yeah.
And so I was getting something healthier, but still satisfying that need. Switching some of, these are just little things, switching from regular noodles to gluten-free noodles.
Oh, since you said gluten-free, Kathy did say that lectin is in the gluten family. So that's a good thing. So if you saw her comment in there that said lectin, she's putting that out, gluten-free is, part of that family.
Yes.
So, thank you, Kathy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yes.
I love you, Kathy.
So those substitutions, there are a lot of different substitutions for some of the things that we're doing. Even if there is a addiction or a craving that you have, Justin used to call me Betty White because I always needed a Snicker to help me out. But I have found other ways to substitute those cravings.
So what substituted the Snickers? Because I got this thing for, what is it? Three Musketeers. I know it's an old school candy, but it just started like a year ago, like Three Musketeers. It just started calling my name, and so I had to answer.
Honestly, it was such a slow phase out, and it really came to this is going to sound crazy, what I was eating for breakfast. I started having a smoothie every morning.
Oh.
And that smoothie was low glycemic. And so that changed a lot of my eating cravings.
Yeah.
And so if I could have that smoothie in the morning, that set the pace for the rest of the day.
Oh, I love that you said that, because it's like however we start our day,
yes,
that sets the tone, spirit of the whole rest of our day. No matter, so if you have a routine or a habit in the morning, and you're rushing all the time, you don't have time to make breakfast. That is a great substitute.
It is.
But make sure you put that Kangen water in there. I'm just saying.
Yes. Okay, try this.
It really is good though.
Yes. The other thing is snacking. Eating smaller meals several times, like 5 times a day versus your bigger meals.
Yeah.
Another big thing out there, and we are real people. I'm not perfect. I still love my chocolate chip cookies. We have that 80-20 rule going on.
Yeah,
But eating, the time in which we eat that last meal in the evening, they recommend eat by 6 o'clock. I know for our family, we really try to go for like 6:30 to 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
But you need to give your body time to process that food before you go to sleep, because it really is that time in which we're sleeping that our body is doing that reset.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, because our body starts restoring itself. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
So that is one simple change that someone could make, is just look at the time in which you're eating. And
now I have something to say, because you mentioned like the snacks, right?
Yes.
Get those healthy snacks in between.
Yes.
So I bought my little piece of paper because I didn't want to forget these snacks, because this is really important, because especially when it's getting ready to get warmer, it's easier to get fruits, fruits that we like.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not good to have a lot of citrus stuff if you have like the gastro, I don't know, what do they call it?
The acid reflux.
Yeah, the acid reflux. So some of the little fruits you can have is like carry around with you a cup of grapes or something like that. Put them in a plastic bag if you don't have some fancy something to put them in. Banana slices with the nut butter. That's a healthy thing to have. some cashews. Yeah. Oh,
celery with
yeah.
some almond butter.
Yeah. What about the celery with the little ants on top? I
With
love
the
that.
raisins.
Right, with the little raisins on top. I mean, kids, you know, that's a way to get them to eat it. You know, you put that nut butter on there, and then you put the ants out,
Yes.
and then you put the ants on top. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's the thing, right?
One of another thing, my daughter does a lot of snacking. We hard-boiled eggs. And that's another good,
especially in the morning. So
yes.
you got some protein going
Yes.
on right there. Yeah.
So that's another good meal or snack-wise, too, to give you that burst of protein.
So if they just want kind of some education, some coaching, can you do that as well with people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I also like strawberries.
You like strawberries?
And blueberries.
And blue. Oh, that's good. Yeah, the berry family.
Yes.
That's what I call them, the berry family.
Yes. Yeah, and that really is what I love doing you asked me how I got into this.
Mm-hmm.
As an educator, that's one of the things that I love about what I do now is because I do get to educate people. I get to educate people about how to make that one simple change. What does that require? And then to be on that journey with them.
Oh, so if they need a speaker like in a church or a women's group or a something group or something or somebody or somewhere, nursing home or something, then they can call you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is the Tower Garden does travel.
Okay.
So it can go anywhere.
Tower Garden's big and heavy.
Yeah. It can go in the back of the vehicle, and that's what it does. So
so that's pretty cool. I love that.
Yep.
So any more tips that you want to give today? And let me check on the question.
I think those are, like I said, the substitutions. Don't give up. Every day is a new day. So even if yesterday you had that birthday cake or whatever, don't beat yourself up on it. To just go forward and go, okay, today is a new day, and I can try and make some different changes today. But the big thing is to really know that difference in physically fit and nutritionally fit. And to know that we've got to feed our bodies with what our bodies need to move forward.
Right.
And things happen at the cellular level, which is the level that unfortunately we can't feel.
Right. Not all the time. Yep.
No, and until that disease or whatever has been present.
Right.
And so.
And I like the way you said that. Disease, like the dis-ease. So when your body is not at ease, and you can tell, like if you got this ache or pain or this joint or something, or you just know something's not right, but you don't know exactly what it is. You know, I still want to encourage you guys. You know, go to your doctor if he's got you on medication. I'm not saying don't do medication, but I want to encourage you to like look further. You know, keep believing that there's hope. Keep believing that there's more out there. We got so many alternatives.
Yes.
You know, nowadays than we did. You know, before that we can look at.
And there is a great video on that website that Traci shared.
Now say the website name again.
HealthyLivingRevolution.com.
Okay.
And under resources is a cookbook, but then there's also trending videos. If you click on that, and then the one up right now is on diabetes from a health professional talking. But then if you go under that to previous episodes or recordings, there is a whole library of videos from health professionals, but there is one that I recommend to anyone when you talk about that hope. It's The Gift of Hope Based on Science by Wendy Campbell.
Okay. I haven't seen that one yet. I'm going to check it out. The Gift of Hope. I'm writing that down.
Yes, because there is hope in any trial, any valley that we face.
Right.
Within our health, within spiritually, whatever. Spiritually, go to your Bible.
Yeah.
But in that nutritional end of it, there is hope. And sometimes we don't always see where that hope is when we're in it.
Yeah.
So that is one that I highly recommend because food can be that hope. We just have to give it the right food. to make those changes.
Okay, I love that. Now, again, I want to thank you all for joining.
Yes.
And I really appreciate all your questions and stuff like that. I want to share. Did you say you had a stroke or a heart attack or anything?
No.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure. Okay, so look, I really love all the questions and comments that you all have given us. And Karen, she's like, yeah, I hope that, and she wants to know a little bit more. And I want to encourage you also, make sure, get in touch with Emily. She's just a great person to talk to. If you have some questions or need advice or like which direction can I go, even if she can't help you, I know she can probably point you to that direction or something like that. And definitely if you need somebody to speak, like maybe at your church or something like that, or if you have parents of your own, sometimes we're in that I call it like the middle valley where we're taking care of ourselves, our kids are grown, and then we got to look out for our parents too. Then you might want to ask some questions as well of Emily too, and just kind of get educated yourself about what to do and where to go from here, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So make sure that you share this video. Give us a little love. Tag somebody. This is some great information, and I really appreciate you just letting me come in your home.
Well, thank you for letting
Disturb your whole day.
no, thank you for letting our child come join us.
We have another co-host
yes.
today.
This is
she's
great. Part of everything that I do too, and she's
awesome.
My kids are the reason why I do this.
Yes, and I love that because that means that you're showing them a great example of what they can do as they get older.
Yeah.
Instead of just having that 9 to 5, you had the faith to say, I got to get out of here. I know Kathy Weaver was another one. She did the same thing. She was working a high-end job, making some really great money, in the financial industry. And she said, no, I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah.
She had recognized she had a higher calling. And so, that is really awesome, to be able to do that, to really step out. And I want to just speak a blessing over you guys for just a second, okay? And so I thank you for joining us. I want to bless your going in and bless your coming out. I want to bless you in the city and bless you in the field. I want to bless the fruit of your body, and I bless the fruit of your land. And I just love you all for real, truly from my heart. I plan to try to bring more people on that have some alternatives so we are not just seeking one way, because there's more than one way. I mean, God always heals people in different ways, right? He spit in that man's eye and then bam, he could see.
Yeah.
I mean, so sometimes it's things that we don't expect, but that thing that we don't expect is just a thing that we need to do. And so that brings me to one of my favorite quotes, and it's about the cave. The thing that you seek the most, the thing that you really want the most, is in that cave that you are scared to go into. And so I want to encourage you today that if there's something that you really want, but you're scared to do it, you're scared to try it, do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. See that Nike sign in the air, right? The little check mark? Just do it, right? If you got that inclination in your spirit to say, you know what, I think I should try this, or I should talk to this person, or go here or go there, just try it. And don't worry about what's going to happen, what is somebody going to think, what are they going to say, who cares? If you have that inclination to do it, just do it, right?
Yep.
I know a lot of people are scared to do the Facebook Lives, and so I want to thank Emily for being my co-host. But now she's done it. She faced that fear head on with love. So make every decision based out of love. If it comes from any place else, then you just got to keep on and do it. All right. Have a great day. Enjoy the snowy day, which hopefully is just going to be rain from now on. All right.
Thank you.